reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
For centuries, the galaxy knew peace.
For centuries, we waited.
Until the Empire returned, attacking without mercy.
Until we struck the Republic, reclaiming our ancient home.
Now we must defend the Republic.
Now we begin our true assault.
And though many have died,
And though the Republic fights on,
we will prevail.
we will destroy them.
You guys actually showed up. What do you know? Thank you. But just for me, Star Wars, what was it? What brought you here? Yes, thank you. Okay. Nice. You guys waited in line the whole 9 yards, all that stuff, huh? Well, thank you for coming. Obviously, this is our 2011 PAX panel on Star Wars, The Old Republic. My name is Blaine Christine, Senior Live Producer with Biowares, and it is, of course, my great honor to be here with you guys today. I missed your smiling faces. It's been a year since I was in Seattle, so, it's good to see all of you. How's your Sunday going? Is it going all right? Good PAX so far? Everything's cool? Yeah? Well, listen, it's been really exciting for us, of course, seeing all of you guys, plus many, many other people coming through our booth, getting a chance to play the game, see Huttball for the first time ever. How many people played Huttball? Right on, and you liked it. I hope you liked it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So let me walk you through what we're going to do today. So first off, we're going to do just a very brief, I promise you, short overview of what the game is all about. Some of you have heard this before, but just on the off chance that you brought someone new along that you wanted to introduce to Star Wars: The Old Republic, we'll tell you what that's all about. Now, if they don't know what Star Wars is all about, that's going to be kind of up to you to deal with. We're not going to cover that topic here today. But then after that, what we're going to do is we're actually going to talk a little bit about operations, and some of you have heard a little bit about this at E3. They're high-level in-game content that we revealed at E3, but we're going to show you operations live on stage today, so that will be cool. You're going to see the Eternity Default live. And then we're going to go into a little bit more detail about player versus player systems within our game, and specifically, big reveal for PAX is we're going to talk about the first ever details of our open world PvP system. So that, last but not least, because it is a panel, we will bring out a bunch of other developers here, and we're going to do a Q&A and answer questions that you guys might have about the game. I'm sure you have some interesting ones. I've heard there's some interesting questions out there. But let's start off with a simple question. How many of you have actually gotten your hands on and played The Old Republic at this point? Good. time. We nudge, nudge, know what I mean? Know what I mean? Say hello? Yeah! All right, a much smaller number now. For those of you that didn't have your hands up, those are the people in game testing right now. But please, don't ask them any questions because then I would have to personally kick them out of the testing program and they would be very angry. You would also get dark side points and some of them would be like the big messages here, obviously a lot of you have not yet gotten into the testing program, and that is something that we would like to address. So we're going to give you some details about that later on in the presentation, but just rest assured that, of course, the Old Republic is much like a fine wine that gets better with age. We want to make sure that you get an opportunity to play for a more extended period of time before you make a commitment, actually before we launch the game. And so we're going to make sure that we take steps to get more of you into testing as we move into the fall. So, let's kick this off. So, what is Star Wars The Old Republic? I think some of you could probably tell me at this point, but I'm going to say it just, because you don't have the microphone. So, it's story-driven, say it with me, story-driven, massively multiplayer online role-playing game, and of course it is going to be published by Electronic Arts. It is developed by Biowares, which I am one proud member, of course, of the team in conjunction. At LucasArts, and we truly feel, you've heard this before as well, but it's important to say that we feel we're redefining the MMO genre. And why is that? Say it for me, please. Story! Yes, that is correct. We are bringing Biowares storytelling to the MMO experience, and it will completely change how you feel about the MMO once you get your hands on the game, as many of you have. But beyond that, yes, we do realize at Bioware, we're creating an interactive experience, a game. It's not a movie, it's not a novel, and therefore we know there's many other important elements beyond story. And so we know that once you, quote-unquote, complete the story, which, by the way, you won't, once you complete the story, there are many other activities like in-game content that you'll want to play, and there's player versus player combat, which is going to be awesome, and of course there's lots of social experiences for you to play the game and experience it with your friends. All those are important to us as well. But last but not least, of course, the most important thing to us is making sure that we are bringing an amazing Star Wars experience to all of the Star Wars fans out there. And so we're inspired by that every day. We've got 8 individual classes, each has their own unique storyline, and as you play these classes, you're not bound to a certain role. So if, for instance, you want to heal other players, you can do that within different class types, so you still get to play the story experience that you want. So rather than have me talk about story, we've got several special guests we're going to bring on stage, and the first one is our lead writer, Daniel Erickson. Come on out.
They define your play experience. They give you a very different feel when you take each of the pieces. People have heard me talk about how we got to do things that we've never gotten to do in an RPG before. The Smuggler. Oh my god, the Smuggler. Getting to do an action comedy RPG. This is not something I ever thought I'd get to see. The Trooper. Why did we never have a war RPG before? We got a ton of World War II games. Where was our Band of Brothers RPG? Well, we've got that now. You get to get in there and really feel these different things. But on top of that, we've got the world arcs. Now the world arcs, for those of you who haven't been able to actually get in the game, these are 10 to 12 quest-long chains that really explore a big, full story about the world. These are the things that feel the most like being back on Kashyyyk or Dantooine or something in the original KOTOR. Like, you really get in there. We've got the heroic quests where you need to bring your whole party together and try to take on some of the hardest stuff outside of the raids and operations and all that stuff. We've got the operations, which also fit right into the canon, right into what we're doing. We even write all of the stories, obviously, for the PvP war zones. They came to me and they said, hey, we want to do something where the sides can actually fight each other, where it makes some sense. I wrote Hutball.
And by the way, that's some of my favorite new stuff in the game.
and I love the Hutball. But beyond that, you guys have probably heard, hey, at the beginning of this project, we decided we were going to make the first fully voiced MMO. So every voice in the game, yours included, would be fully voiced over. Now, this is actually something that's really easy to do wrong. Everybody knows what bad VO can do to a game. Exactly. Just like that. And this is the part where LucasArts really came in and stepped up. This is a company that you guys may remember all the way back in the day of the Tentacle days. It was one of the first people to bring great VO to the game. Yeah, give it up. Old LucasArts. This is a company that for years has been bringing some of the greatest VO to games anywhere, including the original Knights of the Old Republic, obviously. So, when we made requests, everything we ever did was done beyond our expectations. We said, hey, we want to VO this entire game. They said, all right, we're going to do a worldwide talent search. We're going to open up studios all across the world. I said, hey, okay, I got a neat idea. I really want it to feel like old 70s Star Wars, so all the Imperials are going to be British. They said, well, I guess we got to open a studio in London. And they did. And 3 weeks later, we were in London. Doing story right. The level of people that are in this game. Okay, David Solid Snake Hater is the Jedi Knight. Jennifer Femshep Hale is our trooper. This is a level of quality that has never been done and has been done to a size that when people get into testing, it's one of those things that we continually get as feedback is I heard it, but I didn't believe it. All right, here's final count. 900 plus voice actors. Hundreds of thousands of lines of dialogue. 10,000 named speaking NPCs. Wrap your head around that for a minute. This is the biggest thing Bioware has ever done. This is the biggest high-quality AAA story that anybody has ever done. And on the day we launch, we will be the single largest piece of Star Wars fiction in history. I know there are some people out there right now who are thinking, I played KOTOR 12 times last month. Like, I'm gonna beat that game super fast, and then what do I do? Well, guess what? We are always the team, the writers, who are exploring new stuff. We are the first team in, the first team to look at what's going on. If you go to the Bioware website right now and you click under jobs, you will see that there is a whole bunch of postings for writers. Why? Because I am not shrinking down, I am expanding my team. We are already in production. Yeah! Ignore the squeal. We are already in production, and that's what I'm telling you today, exploring the next content that's coming after. Obviously, I can't say a lot, but what we're promising you guys is if you're coming here and you are committed to this, we are too. The dream was always to do the eternal Bioware MMORPG, to do the stories, to have the content, to take those characters and be able to go with them forever. And we're here today to tell you that's exactly what we've done.
All right, folks, so I got 2 key takeaways from that, all right? One of those is that if you're paying attention, evil guys are in Britain, which means Stephen Reed is evil, all right? So that's number 2 is it's great to know Daniel Erickson is personally committed to all of you. That's what I got out of that.